on the T side, and Plop's gonna get caught off guard. Forrest as well, not really able to hit too many of these shots in it. That's gonna be the B site taken and the bomb going down.
Yeah, these sort of retakes. More possible in pistol rounds, but still incredibly unlikely. I wouldn't like to see a save in this scenario, but you can understand it. Keep the kit, keep the Kevlar. They even have a Molotov ready. Like, what do you even do in this scenario now if you're the CT side? The one thing you have is those flashbangs on Get Right to maybe try and give you a little bit of space. You don't want to be giving up the pistol round in a 5v3, but maybe in a 5v2 it might be a little bit more plausible, and this is what we like to see from Fer right off the bat. Getting himself 3 kills in the round. As said, he warms up into the series. That's what we like to see from Fer, and did really well towards the end of the last map. Kicking this one off strong. I don't feel like... Oh, okay. You know as well that they're screaming to the other side, although I'm not sure how good the Ninja's Portuguese is. Probably better than mine.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with you on that one. I always love that aspect. You know, there's a couple of other FPS games I can think of. Actually, I can think of a certain couple of events where teams got so mad at each other for all the screaming and all the banter they were throwing at each other, they actually almost fought in the middle of the match. They almost like put their controllers down, got up, and went all fisticuffs on each other.
Yeah, I remember on like when you play too much of like Nintendo games, it goes, you should take a break, but I don't think that's what they meant. It's like, go fight the other team. Thanks, Nintendo. That's a sponsorship I'm never getting.
Yeah.
Not that I would have done anyway.
When we see MIBR able to get into the A site with relative ease. NIP basically saving fully into this round. There's a deagle for Rez. That's pretty much all she wrote for this. And considering how close Inferno was, do you think this is a map now with the momentum built up from map number 1 that MIBR is just going to run away with it? Do you feel like we're going to have a very one-sided game here? Or do you think NIP are still going to be able to stay focused mentally and still push this one?
Well, they did have a bit of an extended break. So, like,
which I'm thankful for, by the way. Thank you, production.
I think that was more the teams, but you know.
Okay, thank you, teams.
I think production want to speed this along. We don't want another late night, but hey, it works out for us. We got to eat some food, and it works out for the guys on the Swedish side of things. They get a little bit of time to talk things over. They sort of walk past them all in a group, just having a conversation about how things went. It's a very close match. Obviously, they're not going to be feeling good about that one, but they are a very experienced team. Like, if you were talking about, say, maybe the Hungarians from yesterday, or people who have not had a mass amount of experience, then sure, I'm going to sit there and go, of course they're not going to come back from this. Like, we saw it earlier from the Polish side, when they sort of came close versus NIP. They go into the next map and they get absolutely slapped. But the fact is, I expect better from the Ninjas. No matter the state of the team or how things went in the last map, I still expect them to come out and put on a good show. At the same time, this is now MIBR's game to lose. Like, they've done the hard part. They've won the map that we didn't expect them to based off how their results have been going recently. Now they go on to one that they're happy to play. They have one of the most powerful double orb setups in the whole game. If they don't win this map, then you're going to start asking questions about what's going on there.
Well, NIP invests into this round. Get right with the only kit for his team. Still a lot of utility left to use. Sure, the more I see KNG up, the more I think he has one of the quickest reaction times in CSGO with how fast he can shoot this up and how quickly he can hit people with just a pixel and get right. Well, we've seen Kerrigan use a spot in Mousesports quite a few times. Unfortunately, the flashbang's going to keep him blinded up, and he obviously didn't have the best weaponry anyways to use. But it puts a lot of pressure on the 2 players in the A site. They're going to need to rotate away over towards short, considering the players are going to be pushing up long any moment now.
Oh, Lucas even expects it. Finds the kill and leaves Forrest alone, trying to be the hero, and nothing he can do. Fer removes him with the MAC-10, and this is one of the most successful bonus rounds you're ever going to see. Every single player still standing for MIBR. Okay, maybe not. But even still, that's only the scout lost. Like, that's not even that much of a detrimental weapon gone. And they've managed to retrieve themselves an extra M4 in the place of a MAC-10. As said, we just lost the scout. Can Lucas remove the remaining weaponry? It doesn't look like it, but I don't think they're over-facing in this scenario. They know that like removing this will be valuable to them, but at the same time, they really want to build up that big economy, and I think they're going to wait to just push him as a group. It's always good to see. slowly surrounding him on B. What can Plopsky do? Can he keep his weapon? No.
And they actually were able to upgrade too. I think they had an SMG. Fer picks up the M4. So saving even extra money as these rounds to progress. Unfortunate for Get Right there. I do wonder though, the positions they were holding, like with Get Right pushed up there, with Lecro and I believe that was Rez holding up towards the top of A. Like what's this? What were they looking to do? I mean, typically you'll see people reinforce long and then give up control towards short, except they were all going the opposite direction and running directly into a trap. There was no real escape for them, no real exit plan.
Yeah, I think they just played more of the surprise factor. It's one of those earlier buys where you don't really have that much utility. AWP is not in play yet, so the actual sort of formation of your CT side is not really in play yet. It's more of you, in essence, are playing your own sort of bonus round, but you're in the losing side of things. This one is just going to be pistols because they'd like to have that big buy. For, as sort of mentioned, off to a flying start, and it is exactly the same as yesterday. A bit slow in the beginning, but then he just became the absolute dominant force within the server. Now, it is early days, but he's 8-0. Like, that's not what you want when it's Fer. I think I've caught the curse from you,
I think I indirectly did it because I pointed to the screen to show you he was 8-0. So, my bad, Fer.
Sorry, Fer. Sorry.
Still some okay damage done, considering it was just pistols bought up for the side of NIP and some armor. Obviously not the best outcomes they could hope for, but MIBR are going to be up now 4-0. What's at stake in this match, you asked, Tom? I know you're thinking it.
Oh, yeah.
Winner goes through the semifinals. Winner has to play in the quarterfinal. Or sorry, loser plays in the quarterfinals. Yeah, you have to play in the semis and the quarterfinals.
How'd you even mess
and the
that
loser
one up?
goes straight through to the grand finals. But no, obviously, you get an extra day off, more importantly. Very crucial game for a lot of these teams. And I mean, to be honest, these are the two teams we were expecting to get through as number 1, number 2 out of the group.
Well, so far, that's the way it's looked. I think the Hungarian team definitely surprised us a little bit by taking a map. But the Polish side, okay, sure, they came close, but after that, they just got absolutely bodied. So it's definitely not been clean for either of these sides, but I still expect to see them in, well, even into the semi-finals. Like they're the teams we expect to see alongside Mousesports and probably Tricked. I think Tricked have done quite well. Yeah,
I think they definitely have. And by the way, I think actually Gamerzone versus Avakachik going to be coming up next. I think that's going to be a really close match. I think there's a lot of potential on both sides, to be honest. I think the Hungarians have a lot they want to prove. Get Right, proving he can take down KNG. Unfortunately, Plopsy's going to lose control of the B site. Going to be overwhelmed, and MIBR getting fully in. Get Right with some flashbang help out of Lecro. Is able to pick up one, trying to escape. He just can't seem to get around the door. And Lecro comes in, catching them completely off guard. They've not been able to get themselves set up in sight. Smokes have gone down. It's just quickly turned into a 2-on-3 in favor of NIP.
They've got to try and cover things off. I think that was actually a CT Molotov that just bounced back out of the window, so they've actually given some extra time to MIBR. Rotation coming through the tunnels. Definitely a position that needs to be worried about, and they're going to smoke it off instead, but, well, obviously at this point, Get Right doesn't really have much of a choice. They're going to take the fight, though. Forest still around this angle. They've gained some control. Fer wins the duel as well, and everything was looking so good, but now Forest, he doesn't have a kit, and it doesn't matter because he doesn't have a head either. It's going to be Fer to win things out. Another round for MIBR, and well, I was going to say, it's very, very difficult to retake that B site, but the fact is, the way they started things off, it looked like they had it down to a T. Great work from Get Right to get into the site. Lecro did the same. Okay, he got caught, but a 3v2 with all the positions covered, I expected them to take that.
I mean, the play out of Get Right going back in the door, and then Lecro right after just completely even caught me off guard, and I'm the one who can see everything that's going on in the map. Like, to do something like that, so interesting. Get Right. Oh, I think he caught him. He's caught his scent. And there we go. Great shot out of him. Good boost out of Forest as well. Much needed man advantage in the round, considering they only have pistols and the scout anyways. And no kit to be used. That's just lucky.
I wish I had Forest propping me up.
I think my tongue almost fell out because I was biting it so hard.
That'd just be nice.
I played with Get Right once, like way back in the day, like 2012, 13. He got really annoyed at me because I was casting the match while we were playing.
Oh, you're that guy?
I was that guy.
Worst sort of people.
Yeah. He already knew that about me. That's why he loved me. MIBR now have the man advantage, and they lost the scout earlier on. Force trying to do something with the Deeg, but MIBR actually respecting it quite heavily. They're still staying spread out. They're still looking for a clean avenue of attack. 38 seconds, and this round's taking a hell of a lot of time. With the B side open, and with Force pushing in tunnels. Ooh. Okay, we might have something going here. He's able to pick up a weapon off this. They know the B side's most likely going to be open from it now, and Force might have a chance if he can lock them down with the shots. Lekr0 as well, if he can connect one more time, there might be a good chance for NIP. 20 seconds left to go, 2-on-2. And Force has the lockdown on the push into B. Lekr0 gets the kill on the Fur. Now can Fall and pull this off, and no, Force gets the kill, gets the round. Started off with Get Right on his shoulders, but in the end, he put his team on his shoulders as he closes out the last 2 kills.
Yeah, great round from Forest. Still get enough money to get the AWP as well, and big play from Lekr0. He actually buys an awful lot of time just by taking this fight, and well, a round out of absolutely nothing. That could be what kickstarts the engine of the ninjas in pajamas. Of course, still enough money for the T side to buy back into this, and going to take themselves a little bit of time, give Zeus the chance to talk things over. Very experienced coach, both with the Brazilians and of course with Liquid, so definitely going to want to give him the space. It does seem like Fallen is doing the majority of the talking, but then again, I think he has just as much experience under his belt. The question is, what is the decision going to be? They've had some quick starts to this game. I think when first playing well, you've got to try and utilize him the best you can. 10-2 at the moment. Mark KNG, you can't really get a better spawn than that for mid.
NIP putting some heavy investment over towards Law, and they've actually gone for the double op setup. Lekr0 and Force together. We've got Rez in pit, Lekr0 there to support. And they're up going to be on Force, who's currently in the back of the B site. Main and Brazil are going to take their time here. It looks like they might try to go for potential push relatively soon. Especially if KNG can open up some sort of avenue, but NIP not going to give him a chance.
Patient round from MIBR. The earlier rounds were far more aggressive.
That said what I thought it said, right?
Here we go, though. They're going to try and take some control onto short. They've got the double orb setup. We sort of mentioned the fact that the ninjas don't really have a defined AWP within the team, but they do have players willing to pick it up. Lekr0 alongside Forest. On the other side, of course, it's KNG. Utility now being expended. Got his space over the top of the car, quick to find the shot onto Fur. Looking to be that entry fragger, but not getting anything done. Get Right ready and waiting. Lucas once more will be able to get a kill, but they need to get this bomb onto the site. Get Right has all the information. The rotation will begin from the remaining players. He finds an integral kill with the help of Rez. Now Fallen has an awful lot left to do, playing around the edge of the flames. Taco finds one, Fallen gets another back. Quickly into a 2v2 situation in the smoke. Actually going to give them a little bit more space. Just trying to hide around the edge of it. Plopsky maneuvering around the corner. Taco gets another one. He had a quiet day yesterday, but he's killing it today. The AWP will be retrieved. And made him Brazil bounce straight back. 6-1. Money still sort of there for NIP, but it definitely isn't ideal.
So weird as well. That Molotov that came down directly on top of site, that was thrown out of MIBR. I'm not sure exactly for what reason it was put in the middle of the site, because it forced Fallen to back away. Maybe a little bit of a misthrow. Who knows?
Either that or he didn't want them to be able to jump up on the boxes to get onto the site, because that is normally quite a quick way to actually get there. As you said, it seems like a very risky thing to do, but did work out, and well, so will Fur's entry once again, down to just 6 HP. Rez now having an AWP. Not really something I expected to see, but never know, might be pleasantly surprised. Even still though, this time finding that early pick just allows the Brazilians to basically slow down the round. We've seen this a lot, like find that opener, take your time, and then that normally forces the CT side into a bit more of a mistake. Like you cause them to go for some more aggressive peaks than they'd normally be taking. Don't think that Molotov landed where it's supposed to. Unless it's just scare tactics. By the looks of things, they're gonna run Lucas across, but not anybody to be seen.
Liquor with the FAMAS, though, trying to hold from CT ramp. He's gonna have a lot of company coming his way. Smoke's gonna be thrown down. Spray gonna come through. Unfortunately, not really connect on too much. However, I think that was Fallen that actually took some damage on the cross. Must have been from Forrest from long range. And that was able to get one, but one and done, unfortunately. And Rez with the ops did actually drop the bomb. The problem is being flanked in from behind. KNG's gonna be here with his own op. 15 seconds left, and should see the plant come in here momentarily. Now Rez, what is he gonna do? Try to save the op or go for it? And I would wager. Try to go for the former of the two, and yeah, it looks like he's gonna back away into B tunnels. And IBR gonna be up to 7 now. And looking pretty solid. Looking like they're carrying over that momentum from that first map of Inferno.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the CT side though, because recently on this map we've seen an awful lot of strong T sides. Like very aggressive plays, and the gamble's not really working out for a lot of the teams on this map. So I'm gonna sort of wait a little bit. Obviously, if this is like pure domination, then it's kind of hard to see any way back from this. Rez, he turns his back. I don't think his opponent knows he's there. Luckily, Taco is going to be the one falling. Not a huge amount of money for the T side, but it's worse off for the Ninjas. They can't really invest too much into this one. Probably just a few pistols, but if they can at least still keep things costly, they may have a chance that when they finally do win a round, they're in a better position to send MIBR packing.
12-4 for Fur, leading the server. He's had a phenomenal job done with entry frags too. He got one in the last round.
Oh.
KNG's gonna have an opportunity here, but doesn't quite hit the shot, unfortunately. Yeah, Fur 3-1 in opening duels. 134 ADR at the end of the last round. Again, this seems an interesting hold. A lot of pressure. And IP is actually set towards middle. Got Get Right holding from short. I think you have Lekro actually in CT spawn. You have Force there to assist. Kind of hoping that Rez with AWP can lock down the entirety of long, which catches out on the Fur, but he can't quite get the kill. That would have been a massive one for them. Help alleviate some pressure. Now he's just going to swap positions with Get Right.
The thing is, these are the sort of rounds that you can somewhat see slipping away, especially with Lekro getting a kill like that. He even does a lot of damage onto Lucas. Those pistols are becoming more and more deadly by the second, but First still somehow manages to get himself the kill on towards long. And that's actually going to force the rotation away. Leaves a lot of pressure here onto Plopsky still. Manages one, the rotation coming towards A. KNG finds another pick, but he doesn't expect Forrest to be here, who spins around, looks for the shots with a dig. He's done it before, but he just can't connect. Eventually, though, Plopsky comes to support him. The bomb going to be going down. Forrest has to be careful. The jumping dig seems fairly unlikely. And his teammate is on a long rotation. Will take him a while. They don't have a kit. KNG's actually going to look to try and reposition himself. If he could turn this into a 1 versus 1 before anything happens. And I don't know if he just spotted out Plopsky. He has now. Hits the shot and leaves it onto Forrest, who gets a bullet onto KNG. But it isn't quite enough. Still, though, that sort of round, just some pistols and one gun, almost goes the other way. But the fact is, when you're this far down, you need to take those.
We see this happen so many times, actually, from today and yesterday, where teams can't seem to get it done with the gun round, but you give them pistols, give them the force up with just some armor, and somehow they're almost able to take the rounds based off that alone. Made in Brazil. They're starting to run away with this game. 8 rounds. Ooh. Everyone firing all cylinders within the team. To be fair, I feel like everyone on both sides has been playing well, at least in the first map alone. I think there was like a 4-kill spread at one point in the first overtime for NIP.
Yeah, every single player above 20 kills, which can't really complain about.
Yeah.
Even saw some really good plays coming out from Get Right. No, he was playing fantastically well. Him and Plopsky were definitely a deadly duo towards the B side. In fact, the way that MIBR actually closed out the game was just go A. They started avoiding them. Both teams did it. Just like, okay, well, the B side hasn't worked for either of us. Let's just play A from now on. This time, though, things are not going anywhere near as well. 8 rounds down. MIBR using that momentum. They have those purely passionate players, and Fur is definitely one of them. He's been so good with these entry kills. He takes the tag most of the time, but his opponents don't live to tell the tale. Now Lecro, he's got to do everything, and he gets one. Can't hope for much more, but it's now only the B-site defense, and, well, it's just come down to saving these weapons. Another round. Another start for Fur. Like, he really is just going off.
He's got 14 kills.
Let's see if he ends on 29 again.
Well, with possible to happen. I mean, we're solely in the first half. Forced on 4, Pop skill on 4, but then again, only have 1 round. I know exactly where the last 2 ninjas are hiding. And there's the first to drop Plopsky. Not gonna survive either, and this is just...
He actually got 29 in the last map, which means in the last 3 maps he's played, he's got 29 kills. That's really weird. Can we make it 4 for 4? I've spotted it now, so probably not.
Yeah, you just cursed it.
So close to the 30 bomb. Yeah, another strong round. Lucas has been playing well as well, and I feel like they're the 2 players that kind of hit and miss. Like, if they both perform, you're probably going to win the map. We've seen some more consistent numbers, I would say, from KNG. And Fallen as well had a few explosive performances. That just seems to be the way MIBR are, though. It's like they rally each other. If one's performing well, the others normally step up behind them. Taco as well. Much better performance from yesterday. Well, the difference is they've gone from almost losing to the Hungarians to having a fantastic comeback versus NIP in the first map. And now 9 rounds to 1. And already Rez is dead.
The thing is about MIBR, they're just going to get better as time goes on. I mean, obviously, we're in the teething period for them with having KNG on the roster. And I wonder how deadly they can become. I wonder where the team skill ceiling is going to be. I miss the old days, you know, with SK Gaming, where they were on the top for such a long time, only to be dethroned eventually. The thing is, you have so many legends within this game alone that are fighting for that return to glory. I mean, you have Get Right and Force together who have been trying to get back to that, was it 78 map win streak they had? Or was it, I can't remember the exact number for some reason off the top of my head. I usually do. But back in 2012, 2013, when they were unstoppable.
Yeah, Astralis have been trying to break a lot of their records. Here we go, though. Nice work from Taco. This round has been one of the better ones again. It seems to be that with the pistols, the ninjas just do better work. Plopsky trying to hold on to the cross. Nice shot from Lecro. He's so good with his deagle. And once again, another couple of kills go to his name. It's left on to KNG. Lecro has been removed from the site, but there's not enough of that smoke to cover him off on the cross. 25 seconds for him to try and fix this. Does peek out, and Plopsky hits the headshot. Again, it happens off the back of pistols. They can't win rifle rounds. Or rifle rounds, as I wanted to say. But they can do it with, well, 4 spies, I guess.
With their whistle round? Whistle wound?
With their whistles. Their whittle whistles. I've developed a lisp over the amount of best of threes we've been doing the last couple of days.
Yeah. And then we'll have, what, 1 day off and back into it again. Of course, we have the playoffs coming up the 21st and 22nd. We'll be joined by Anders and Moses. And of course, Red Eye, who's actually already in the building. 9-2, though, for MIBR. And just Get Right hasn't been able to get solid control of long. I mean, then again, we haven't seen too much of an investment out of them towards long, out of NIP, to get that early control. And now Get Right's going to have to get in pit because he has pressure coming in from the actual site.
Res is at least able to get one in return, but they still are sat with a disadvantage. Lucas looking to try and clear the man from pit, and he should be able to get that fairly easily. Leaves just the men trying to hold on to the cross. The bomb had already made it towards the site, and once again it leaves Rez and Forest low, and well, again out of this round. It's looking like another save. Forest hoping to try and catch someone as they cross. I think he's been spotted. And to be honest, for MIBR, they don't really have that much money. They're still in a confident position, of course, just because of the rounds.
Sorry, just kept peeking.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. How does that even happen? Like, you have that sort of jiggle peek battle, and the first still doesn't know or hasn't been given the information about where he is. Is he actually going to survive?
Yeah. Whether or not it's going to matter, though, is the question we have to be asking. 10-2 at MIBR, showing no signs of stopping. We've seen Fur be able to open things up. We've seen Lucas as well. I'm not a big fan of the way that NIP are playing the A side, though. I've always been a big fan of the, get 3 players towards long immediately, get someone inside pit, get the other player to kind of float with an AWP towards car.
Weapon saved over. Turns out the best form of camouflage is a forest. And the T's looking like they're set up further towards the B side this round. We haven't seen too many hits in this direction in a while, mainly because they've had so much success elsewhere. Gonna see Rez in a fairly aggressive position in middle. Molotov used from the T just to clear any of the closer positions. In fact, Rez is gonna scurry back towards the site. They don't have a whole lot of utility to slow any takes of this position, so they kind of need the information. Well, some hesitation from Rez to what to be doing here, where to use his small amount of utility. He's going to use it to try and slow down the mid take. Peeks out, will be spotted. The jig is up. They know where MIBR is going, but they may not be able to stop them. KNG with the flick as they try to run through. Nice work from Plopsky to try and hold on this B site, but eventually he falls, and KNG is still just shutting down that mid portion. Lecro desperately trying to clear him out. Fallen's actually burnt to a crisp. There's 2 low players here. It may be possible, but he needed that kill on Taco. It's not going to happen.
(11-2). The scoreline is getting out of hand for NIP to have a chance to come back. I don't want to count him out just yet. Again, you can see what it means. He knew he had them almost dead to rights, how low all the opponents were. Just couldn't quite connect the shots.
Especially like, why, God, why?
In Swedish, of course, though.
Yeah, I translated it.
Oh, okay.
Even though I'm not even sure he said anything. I translated his thoughts. That good.
It's that big brain. Well, Forrest gets a kill with the deagle at least. Rez as well. So again, back to the pistols, and for some weird reason, NIP start to...
Can make it 3 for 3. Oh, that's a nice shot from Rez. See you later, KNG. This is honestly one of the most infuriating things that they keep doing this with the pistols. I think a lot of the time it's just because they're playing a hell of a lot more aggressively. Like, there's only Like 45 seconds gone. They've already got 3 kills. And how many other rounds can we say that? None.
Probably the other 2 that NIP won.
The other 2 pistol rounds. Just trying to be a little bit patient here. The money's still not great for MIBR. There's been a lot of close rounds considering how much they're dominating. Finances don't really reflect that. I'm going to look to try and take this through long. A couple of low players, but that's not really going to help with the AWP. I need to try and find out the information. Of course, it's going to be some interesting angles taken. Rez still within the site trying to use these angles. He's going to get another kill with the Deagle. And it's left on to Taco, 1 versus 4. He's not sure if he's a support player, so let's see if he can be the star. Nade will dunk out 1, but he's got no time. He needs to get to that site now. It has to be now, and he's not going to be able to do it. Lekro with the Deagle is going to close things out, and I'm pretty sure every kill in that round was with the Deagle. 11-3. I don't know how they're managing it, but it seems to be that they are the... well, basically, the P and NIP should stand for pistol.
Não, mas eles faziam, foi no Major porque eu sei que a gente tava tentando em cima deles. E o cara vem pra perto também, depois da Molotov. Então...
He said, don't worry now, they've got rifles, this round's going to be easy.
Porque ele tá, pelo que eu vi, ele tá fazendo a Molotov.
Just in a long, much more long-winded fashion.
Porque no final ele não tá pagando.
That's the thing though, imagine for the Portuguese fans watching, this must be incredibly interesting getting to hear the inner thoughts of Zeus.
Oh, I thought you could already do that.
Well, I can, but, you know, maybe I'm just trying to throw you off by telling you lies.
Sweet little lies.
He's actually just been insulting. He's like, yeah, no, this Jason guy. Like,
I almost guarantee like 90% of the players here don't even know who I am anymore, or at all. I think Get Right will be one of the few people.
That's not bad.
I got 1 out of the 40. ANG again. He's got Force's number.
And you've got Get Rights.
I actually don't. Not yet.
Oh dear. Well, Lekro, he's going to be able to find Kenji. The thing is, they're locked out of this B site. We haven't seen too many B plays in the last few rounds. They're going to be going in. Doesn't actually do that much damage. And this buy from MIBR really does show how much damage NIP have been doing over the last few rounds. Forced down.
Oh my god.
Okay. Taco's definitely back to play as Lekro's gone. However, the remaining players don't even really have weaponry and haven't had the chance to go retrieve it. Kits on every single players from the Swedish side, so they're at least in a good position to get back in, but they have to make their move. Down to 15 seconds. A couple of shots hit, and it's going to be the back 10 of Fur to find 1. Still, the clock keeps ticking, and they haven't got anybody on the defusal yet. They'll be able to deny it. There's nothing they can do, and Fallen hits the Deagle shots. Anything you can do, the Brazilians can do better.
I think they're saying, oh, so this is how NIP was beating us. Just use pistols, and then we can win rounds too. How did I do?
I'm pretty sure I heard some words that I can't repeat. So
because you just can't pronounce them?
Let's just say, well, that too, but also I think you just gave the PG version.
Sad times for NIP in this match. I mean, again, they're already guaranteed through to the playoffs. Whether or not to be a quarterfinal or semifinal spot will be decided by this match.
Yeah, we have seen some ridiculous comebacks, and
yeah, of course, definitely over these 2 days, 100%.
I think that one of them, well, we've seen a couple towards the T side of this map as well, in recent times, so maybe there's a possibility here, but they need the pistol round to get off to a strong start. That's not bad. Popsky wins the battle with the Glock down mid. Not something I say very often. They're still fighting it, in fact. And in the meantime, his team slowly make their way through an extra smoke for Fallen, but no face to go with it. Nice shot from Lucas, at least. He's also been playing well in this map. The Molotov's there to make sure that the bomb plant is secured, and Plopsky lurking with a bit of a gremlin angle, but he does have to get his move on as the remaining players look to push in towards this site. Already back into a 3 versus 3. Actually took them a very long time to get that bomb planted. So there's still a lot of time to be played with. Lekro gets dinked, but through a wall. Plopsky actually gets caught on the flank. Nice shot from GetRight to remove further. They need a couple more of those if they're going to be taking this round. Lekro needs to win his battle, and he won't. And it's left all on to GetRight to clutch this pistol out. They desperately need it, and he's going to be looking for it. One more kill. GetRight caught jumping, though, and that's going to be the most frustrating way to lose a round. Is that the mouse wheel? I think that was the mouse wheel.
No. That was also his last bullet.
No, so you think he was just
out of
jumping
ammo
to dodge?
I mean, I don't know. I know he was out of ammo that last shot and he had nowhere to go. Unfortunately, because if you think back to Inferno, right? T side, 1v3, almost pulls off the clutch. Then the last round of the match in second overtime, gets caught with the smoke out.
So crisp.
By the way, I have a question for you. What the hell is a gremlin angle?
So
Do you just make it up off the top? I know there's like small and short, but
yeah, so it's just like a dirty little angle that.
do you just make that up on the top of your head, or have you heard this before?
I've heard that before.
Okay.
Hugo actually says that quite a bit.
Well, now it makes sense. We're talking about gremlins and Hugo. Just kidding. Oh, I miss him here. Even though I always get their names backwards.
Same person, but not really, even in the slightest.
It's the same.
Same
but
but
different.
yeah.
13-3 for MIBR. This is a pretty damn good looking Brazilian team. I think.
And they're good at Counter-Strike too.
Okay, yes. On all accounts, 100% yes. I think. Never mind. Stop that. I don't know why you're getting me down this angle. KNG gets the kill to Plopsky. Of course, does have a scout to try to do something with it, but I don't know, MIBR, I feel like as the tournament goes on, I think they could potentially be the team to beat. I know Mousesports is obviously on the other side in Group A, who have already qualified through the semifinals, but as the tournament has gone on, MIBR have gotten better.
Ooh, nice shot from Lekro, though.
I wonder if that's going to continue to happen as we move into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I could say I would be very happy with a Mousesports MIBR final. Like, that would be awesome. The rise back of the Brazilians and Mousesports as the sort of big bad final boss.
Well, we talked about, first save with HLTV, like people think he's our savior, or he's going to be the savior KNG coming to the team, but you come into the team and the second tournament you play, you win.
That would be pretty good. They've still got a long way to go. But hey, it's looking good versus NIP in this second map. The first one incredibly close. They definitely have some weaknesses within their map pool, which teams could look to exploit. Having a couple of maps that you don't play is not really on. At least not within a Fallen team. The B side's actually completely open. Like, they found the hole within the defense. Taco pushed all the way through, and instead, they're going to have to play this in an afterplan. Now, he has got an incendiary, a couple of flashbangs. There's a smoke and a kit. So, in terms of this retake, they've got a good chance. Rez also has a Molotov. They're trying to clear out all these close angles, but there's actually nobody there. They're both within the side. They're both looking to defend this together. Lekro and Rez trying their best to hold on. They desperately need this round. Molotov goes down to the doors, which is going to burn down the clock as they try to make it through the window. Lekro manages one. The trades are there. It's all on to Rez. He doesn't know Lucas is above him. And they can't find the bomb. He is going to have the defusal anyway because he has himself the kit. Not a problem for MIBR, and that will be a 14th onto the board for them. The domination continues, and what do you do here, Jason? If you're the ninjas in pajamas, you don't really have the money to go for the buy, but do you buy now? Or do you wait and play for overtime and try and grind out that many rounds in a row?
I honestly think they're just going to buy up in the round and just go for it. I mean, you're so far behind already.
Yeah.
What's the point in necessarily saving to try to go for overtime? Because then you're just setting yourself up for even more frustration. Because if you do get close and fall, you're going to be even more upset considering you lost the last map in double overtime.
I think there's no wrong answer. I think that's why I asked you that question. Because that's the thing. If you think, okay, well, we couldn't do it with a normal round, so let's save some of our money and then go for an investment properly, that's not necessarily wrong. Because, okay, you're trying to invest into your 4 buys. If you buy early, you're going, well, we need the extra round, sort of like you said,
well,
so let's go for it.
Tom, the right answer was what I said, because they're buying up. I'm taking it.
Okay, like I said, no real wrong answer, but
I had the more right of the no wrong answers.
You can take that victory if you like.
I need it. I could use it.
Well, Well, let's see if it pays off.
I think that, though, like, the lack of utility they're going to have, if they're going to go anywhere, I think they just need to go for it.
Ooh, Lecro don't need it. That's 2 rounds in a row, in fact, that he's managed to find that pick onto Fur. His aggression starting to be punished. The rifles, not the prime rifles you'd like to be seeing, but still workable. They've still got a fight versus the AWP of KNG. As you said, a crazy shot in the previous round. One of the reasons they're able to get away with completely giving up the B site. They were ready for that retake. The question is he ready? Or is Lucas actually ready for this play on towards short?
Yeah, they have to go fast. They don't have the utility for like a long extended fight. They just have to hit their shots. Fallen's going to be in position. I believe he just saw a player actually crossing, but he's trying to go for Get Right, who gets the kill with the Galil. Making it more and more possible for NIP to pull this off. Lucas still able to respond from long A. They still have 2. Actually, look at this. The 2 players are actually sitting back towards B are going to be saving here because MIBR have been struggling.
Lucas. We'll see you in a bit.
You got this.
We believe in you, but we're not coming to hell.
Oh, he'll fall, but either way, they're going to be able to save an AWP and an M4. And NIP are going to open things up, so they get a round on the board. A much-needed round, considering they haven't picked up a single one on the T side so far.
I feel like that's one of those moments where you switch to their POV and you go, oh, you were saving. Thanks for telling
Sorry,
me.
I forgot how to speak Portuguese.
Yeah. Well, no, this is obviously all translated.
The thing is, that's 1 round. You still need 10 more just to tie things up.
Yeah.
And you can't depend on Lecro to hit shots like this every round to give you a man advantage.
Fur's not going to be jumping there anymore. But yeah, much better round from the Ninjas. They basically just they're working off the picks, which when you're this far down is not necessarily bad, but as an overall gameplay, it's not ideal, especially with how well the Brazilians have been playing. You can't really rely on this. Forrest, he saw what Lecro did, and he's raised him an extra kill. In fact, he's going for a little bit more, but Lucas will be there to punish. The 1 rifle at least doing some damage. And it's going to be juggled off to Fallen instead.
They haven't even cleanly gotten to sight yet with the distraction force pulled off. They push through the smoke. Lecro not going to be blinded up, though, and Fur's going to fall. Fallen actually managed to get 1. The bomb's down, though. They don't know this. Nade's coming through. Fallen and Lucas with the 2 alive against 3, just trying to back off. I mean, technically, this could be doable for them. No kit, though, in hand, so it's going to make it even more difficult to pull off, and maybe saving is going to be in the cards. Maybe not for Lucas since he only has a deagle, but looks like NIP will take another, so up to 5. 2 rounds back to back. But I don't want to LL Cool J it. I'm not going to call it a comeback yet.
They should also have to eco for another round. Like, the money's not going to be great for MIBR. It's only the start of their quote-unquote losing streak. So you kind of have to sit there and go, okay, it's probably going to be a little bit of a grind for NIP for a while, but when the buy does come back in, are they going to have what it takes to stop it? Because again, we're seeing like a very good team effort on the other side. There's not really a player slacking. The chance for the double AWP, well, it wasn't even really needed. Potentially going to come in the next round. Obviously after 1 more eco. Yeah, just a few pistols bought up. Both Fallen and KNG should have enough money to buy into the next with an AWP.
I think Taco got knifed. Because Forrest didn't take a shot. So that's not a good start. But again, like you said, just pistols, not a too big of a deal here. Though I'd still say even with pistols, they can be just as deadly.
Yeah, well, the Ninjas showed it. I think they won every single one of their rounds on the T side with, or on the CT side, sorry, with pistols. So it can work out. Lucas also has a Hero M4, which they managed to save. Goes for a bit of a peek towards long, but information found, however, forced back off of the angle. 3 players currently sat within the B site. And the M4 is waiting. I like this. They've sort of set him up that if they do go in that direction, they can sort of bait out the shots, and then Lucas can just like wipe out the remainder of the team. The bomb is actually going in that direction. And there's the aggression from Taco. That's actually going to cause GetRight to go running in. They may not expect more players to be here. There's the peek, but he gets the shot anyway. Nice work from GetRight. Sure, he goes down in the end, but they know where KNG is. The bomb can go rotating in the other direction. Forest is even waiting on the angle to try and kill him off, and he will do.
So here we go. It's do or die time here for NIP. The bot coming back in for Brazil. Well, they go into double ops. And it looks like they will. So glass cannon for, well, not glass cannon, but head armor for KNG over Fallen. Not a lot of utility for Fallen either. None to be seen at all. And this is where NIP need to start to climb this hill, climb this mountain. That is the 6-14 scoreline. Not only will they have to do that once, they have to do it twice as we move over to train as a third map if they can win here. Obviously, getting ahead of myself, that's still a long grind that they have to pull off. Such a long grind that I don't think Tony Hawk would be happy about it.
Oh, I don't know. I heard he does spend a lot of time on grinding, sorry.
I like how you said that, considering Made in Brazil sponsored by Tinder.
Well, other dating apps are available. Some with more specific uses. Here we go, though. The B site. It has KNG ready and waiting. Smoke gonna go down. No pot shot taken. T is gathering up. There's not much utility left. A singular flashbang. What can KNG do at the back of the site? He's got his AWP already. Manages one. GetRight just trying to work out where he is with the Molotov. This is going to be burning him. He's still alive in the corner, and they don't expect Taco to be here. KNG's been given more space to find more shots. And 15 looking likely. He still hasn't been cleared. Plopsky just tries to get rid of Taco instead, and Rez is way too late to the party. Fur will be there to close it, and I have no idea how KNG did not burn to death, but whatever it was, he managed to close that round.
Now the Molotov was thrown a little short, so he's actually able to just back away and use that to his advantage. A little unfortunate that the throw didn't come through correctly, because it could have dislodged him and might have actually been a sight take for them, but either way, now 15-6 MIBR, one round away from getting straight through the semifinals. Mousesports already there waiting. Obviously not going to be the opponent they'll be up against. Fur opens up on a Plopsky, the initial start going the way of MIBR.
And Rez somewhat trapped as well. Taco wanting to try and capitalize on this. He does manage to take down one. Rez still just waiting behind this. Goes for the spray, but it's Fur to win it. Leaves it into a 3 versus 2. The legends of NIP left standing. A couple of low players on the other side, so it is still possible. Uh-oh. Hello, bomb. Well, this is going to be a big problem.
We'll get right, expect them to pushed.
Well, it depends on if Fur continues. Because if he sees Fur, then that gives the game up. He's actually go back and around. It looks like he does expect it. Look at the angles. Taco's holding, but it doesn't matter. GetRight hits the shot anyway. Fur is still lurking in that area. He's trying to find another position. In the meantime, Forest has secured the site, but they don't have the bomb to plant.
Just like, hey, I got the site. Come bring the bomb.
Surely he's not going to expect Fur around this corner. It's all going to come down to timing. Forest is slowly making his way forward. GetRight making sound. He's going to try and get towards that smoke. Can he escape? No, he can't. 29 seconds left, and I think that might be all she wrote. It's on to Forest to try and bring this back. He manages to retrieve the bomb just about, but look at the position of KNG. He's now ready and waiting. The sniper on the site, looking for Forest. He hits the leg shot. He's still standing, at least for the moment. But KNG knows the time is on his side, and Fur is behind him. A dominant performance from MIBR, a fantastic match of Dust2, and they make their way through straight to the semifinals.
I have to be so proud of that as well. KNG, the newest addition to the team, they've already been able to make their way through to the